every evening when the sun goes down, get with my party and I begin to clown. I don't care what the people are thinking. I'm not drunk, I'm just a drinking. I set 'em up, another round. I set 'em up, another round. I set 'em up, another round. One more round won't get me down.
So generally, I'd slept with her 5 times before I found out that she only got one arm.
Yes.
I know, crazy. Anyway, welcome to...
I believe that.
Yeah, welcome to Drinking with Fear. I'm opening up tonight, and I'm drinking actually with fear. So
Hello.
How you doing? You all right? Pete Selby over on the other side, and Wayne Miller.
Good evening.
Who are you?
I'm Ben. Ben
Oh.
Raper. I should
So
have said that at the start, shouldn't I?
Maybe
This
should.
is why you opened them up, Pete. not
To be
me.
fair, they've probably figured it out by now.
Mhm.
Hopefully it's people who are returning listeners. So if you are starting the podcast for the first time and you're listening to this, then that was Ben Roper introducing the podcast for the first time.
Definitely.
Because who's going to be like starting on episode 5, 6,
Of course not. They're going to
7?
read why not?
What are
People
we
do.
right
Of course,
now?
yeah.
Pe-
Why would they?
Well, for a start, word of mouth, and they've been told, mate, there's this podcast, it's
Yeah,
brilliant.
well,
This
sure,
is-
you'd start at the beginning.
3 guys
But
get
probably
pissed.
don't, because we get better.
We think so.
Well, I get better.
Yeah, devious.
Basically, they get pissed and they start talking about nonsense, and it's really good, and you want to listen to it. So they're starting at this podcast, and then they'll go back and hear about the Mexican jail for fajita.
I love that episode.
That was really good.
I love fajitas.
The millionaire game, what is it?
You're right.
McDonald's Millionaires, and how
Same
it was
episode.
fraud.
Yeah.
How I got into a fight at the varsity game at football,
And I accidentally joined the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community with work.
Accidentally.
yeah,
was accidentally.
because you tried to
No
keep
offence or
things
anything.
tidy.
Fine. Yes.
So anyway, that's plenty of subjects that we've covered. So yeah, Drinking with Fear, a nice and easy podcast. We're all sat around, we're drinking beer, and I am still on the actually 1664 train, which is it's kind of a throwback to my youth. Wayne,
I'm
what
on,
in God's name?
This is an English pale ale, apparently,
Yeah.
It
which I
looks
imagine is an
terrible.
inferior IPA.
It looks terrible.
It is. It's a nice and soft 3.5%,
So basically, you need to drink about 4 gallons of that.
Yeah.
essentially. But it is quite nice. I'll give it that.
So for a pint of 1664, you need to drink 5 gallons. Ben?
Me, I've maxed up a little bit. I've gone for Red Stripe this week.
Oh, the
I
Jamaican,
do like
I,
a red
I
stripe.
like the Caribbean
Jamaican
sort of filter.
fighting
The
beer.
thing I loved about Red Stripe is it's always served in cans. You can go into a pub, a club, anything, you just be served in a can too.
I've had a red
Some-
stripe on draft.
Have you?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
I think it was in Wolverhampton.
Okay, I need to go. I need to go there.
It's the centre of the Jamaican community, Wolverhampton.
Naturally, yeah.
No,
It's
it's so nice.
Red Stripe
There's
on
no
tap.
queuing. It's easy at the bar when you go up. So it's a busy bar, busy club, something like that. You go up, can of Red Stripe, straight up, served to you, crack on. It's nice.
Well, I like a red stripe, to be fair. It's not bad. The only problem with the red stripe, for me, there's a local pub downtown, the Lion, which we've been into. It's not the place you'd go in for a swift half.
The lion,
Yeah.
Mhm.
red.
Or green.
Yeah, the Red Line. How many lines are there in pubs in Sheffield? There's actually quite... For the place that we're... If you're listening to this and you're not in our location, first of all, hello, wherever you are in the world. But we're actually in a town, 18,000 people say. Used to have the record for the most amount of pubs.
We did.
And one of the best quizzes you can ever say is
Yeah.
name all the pubs that you've been in or that used to be in Shepshire. And there's, 20 odd. And it's a great topic. But the Lion is, technically... the Dreg pub. We've all been in there, and we'll be in there again at some point.
Brave words.
I don't mind it in there. It's got a reputation, but
I don't mind being in
It's
there
all
at
right.
all, but I'm not saying anything that's wrong.
no, not at all. I played darts in pretty much every pub that's local to here.
I've
It's one of my highlights is going into the Red Line.
well, I've definitely drank in the Lion, but I've won a lot of money in the Lion by hustling at pool, and when I mean hustling at pool, not taking a shot for myself.
Hey, how's that work?
You go in with 2 mates, one of them stone cold sober, and the other one pissed as a fart, same as me. And there's loads of people playing pool who are all hammered, and we all start playing. And then someone goes, "I'll play you for a tenner," thinking they're Billy Big Boy, and they want to play doubles. And I'm like, "What? Them two? Yeah, my mates take on you two," and like, "Yeah," and like for a tenner. My 2 mates, they don't want to bet. They're not betters. And they put 10 on the table, and I'm like, okay, right, great. We'll play you for 40 quid. And they're like, okay. They have a conversation, quick conversation.
How many times has this happened, Pete? It's happened once.
It's happened once. And then they turn around and go, okay, we'll play. So I tell my friends, oh yeah, we're playing for a couple of quid. Go and do your stuff. They go and win because they're both half decent pool players, but they really want to win. And they do. I pick up 40
and you
quid.
keep all the money for yourself.
Anyway, they want to get it back.
You're like a pimp.
They go and
like
get
a pool pimp.
Well, they go and get the best person in the pub to play alongside someone else. Right, we'll raise it to 60. I'm like, do it. Just do it. I'm on a night out. I've had a few beers anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Bang. Walk out the line, 200 quid in your back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And the two people that you've gone in with don't really know what they've played for. Also, they're a bit quizzical because I've gone and bought the beers in the next
This seems
pub.
like you've just taken advantage of your friends.
No, you're a pimp. You're essentially a pimp.
Might be the case, but there we go. Anyway, on Drinking with Fear, we talk about any subject, and there was a story that caught my eye recently. I think it actually happened a few weeks ago, but there was a chap in America. I don't know whether you've seen this.
It's always in America.
It was in America, and basically he worked at an airport, and I think he was a baggage handler, but he was a baggage handler in the case of getting them off the plane, so he had access to planes on the tarmac.
What kind of baggage handlers are there? That's what they do, isn't it?
I don't know. There's people locked away inside the airport. Anyway, he had access to pick holes in my story in the first 5 seconds.
Right.
Wait for at
short
least
wait.
a minute. Yeah, sure
Okay,
wait.
go for it.
You and your EPA. It's not even IPA. It's EPA.
Well, that's what I just said.
English Pale Ale. It looks like piss.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Would you like to try some?
No.
I would not. I'm
No.
going to stick with the 1664 and
Red Stripe for me.
Jamaican Ben over there. He's all right on the website. Anyway, back to the guy. Anyway, so in this where the airport is, God knows, in America, and basically he hijacked a plane for himself. Now the plane he took off, it was like a 60-seater plane, so it's not like some small little, like glider or anything. It wasn't a big jumbo, but it's fairly big, 2 engines and all that. And he took off and just flew around by himself. Like, and the news coverage in America picked up on this, so they're looking at him. He's doing like trying to do loop-the-loops and vertical stuff. It's ridiculous. Like, he's flying all around all over the place. And everyone's watching like, what's this guy doing? And he's obviously got a bit of skill. And it turns out he was like training up on like these simulators online or on the PCs or whatever.
Was it similar to the O.J. Simpson car chase?
Kind of, yeah.
You had like
that sort of
planes
footage.
following him.
Yeah.
doing the
But of course,
loop-loops as well.
everyone,
That'd be amazing.
everyone's like, oh, what's going on
Red
here?
arrows, but with
Loop the
jumbo
loop for the
jets.
cameras.
Exactly. What's going on here? Barrel roll for the crowd.
Yeah.
It's what's going on here? What's he doing? Of course, flying around in the built-up area some places, and it's oh dear, all of a sudden the Air Force is in, and there's like some kind of jets alongside and all this. And then he ditches it, and it all blows up in flames and that. So
What?
basically,
Oh, well,
Hey,
that's taken
whoa. So we've gone from he's doing barrel rolls to he's ditched
It's a
it.
suicide.
Yeah.
essentially,
That's taken a darker turn
It's
than
gone
I
very
imagined.
dark.
This is now a tragedy rather than a funny, amusing story.
I'm just saying this is what happened on the news, and but basically that's what happened, and apparently that it was all the case. But,
Dude, the last time you spoke about a thing that you found on the news was the guy that was farting and lost his job. We're now talking about suicide.
What a hero! What
Wait,
a hero!
that
That
guy
is.
who was fighting on a job, he didn't die, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I hope
No,
not.
but did you know? I can't believe you didn't see this. But anyway, he ditched it and it all blew up in flames and this and the other. So,
Lovely.
but that was his aim. But like, what I want to know is like, what was the I want to hear the conversation between himself and the air traffic control in the time that he was doing barrel rolls.
Yeah.
Was he just like wee? Like, or was he just like, I'm not for this world, like singing some weird
Well, he went out in style. didn't he?
yeah, exactly. He went out in style, but I want to know what the conversation was like. Was he just like, what the hell was going through his mind? Like, obviously, granted, a horrible thing it happened and this and the other, and things can
Oh,
happen.
do you
and
think it is a suicide or just
this is what the thing.
a
Like,
horrible accident?
It might have been a barrel roll gone
exactly.
wrong.
Yeah.
There's
Maybe you just thought it was being cool.
if you want to like underline thing, there's places to go, there's people to talk to, and all that sort of thing. But what a way to go out if you want to go out that way. But also, I want to hear that conversation. I want to know what, like, if it's really dark, I don't really want to know.
Why
but
do you?
I just think he was. I think he was probably singing a song as he was doing it.
Which one? Leaving on a jet plane.
If he was,
Yeah.
that's what I would be singing.
Yeah,
I love that
definitely.
song. John
Yeah.
Denver.
I do a great version of it, mate.
Took me a while to think actually. John Denver.
It was John Denver. Jerry and the Piss Takers do a fantastic version of it.
So you say, as a member of the band,
That's my band.
Jerry
yeah.
and the Piss
I've seen
Takers.
that. That's my opening number, that one.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't go to your last gig.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah, you are a singer in Jerry and the Piss Takers. Now, Jerry himself, actually, I saw yesterday, and he said to me that the previous time he saw me, he said to me, "See you Sunday," and I went, "Yeah, well, I'll see you Sunday," because for the first time in possibly about 18 months, I could go to the local pub quiz on the Sunday nights because I didn't have to work on the Monday morning, and so I went, "Yeah, I'll see you there." Walked into the pub quiz at 8:30, and there's no Jerry. I was like, okay, fine, play. So stood at the bar crew turned up and joined the team and had a good time. Only to the point where there was a question very late on, and whatever the question was, I turned around and went, Jerry would know that, where is he? And then another person at the bar crew went, oh, he's down playing a gig in the pub. And it soon dawned on me, I went, oh, Jesus, that's what he meant. I'll see you at my gig. I'll see you there. And I'm like, yes, mate, I'm there.
You won't
see
miss
you there.
me.
I'll see you there.
At no point did anybody say, oh,
I'll see you there.
Pete was there.
I'm there to support you. I'll see you. And no, all of a sudden I was like, oh, Christ. And of course, the next time possibly I could see him walk into the pub, there he is. And I went, and he goes, oh, I didn't see you at the gig. And I went, and I thought to myself, in the split second, shall I lie or shall I just come out with what happened? I went, Jerry, I went to the quiz. I thought you were talking about the quiz. And he went, oh, no, I was talking about our gig down, like, literally 5 minutes down the road. And I was like, sorry, I got it all wrong.
Did you win the quiz?
We didn't win the quiz.
Lost
and it definitely wasn't down to, we lost on a tiebreak. How do you know that?
There was people that told me.
Really?
Yeah.
To be fair, it definitely wasn't down to me. And I'm not just saying that, but...
What was the tiebreaker?
The tiebreaker was, what year was the Odyssey Arena in Belfast opened?
Oh,
fucking clue.
I'll say Belfast. It might be Dublin, but the Odyssey Arena.
I'm going to say 1999.
Wayne?
It's either that or 2000.
2003.
Well, Ben, you're absolutely bang on with the reasoning. The answer is actually the year 2000.
There we go.
I turned around and said,
right.
Well, you wouldn't have actually.
You got it wrong.
Why?
Because I was on the same wavelength. I said it was built for the millennium, but I reckon it was probably opened a year late. So I said 2001, which they put down, and the team that got it right with 2000. So we lost on the tiebreak, but the theory was right. And the problem was, in the final round, they didn't gamble, our team. And the main question that I properly kicked off was, and I think it's bad podcasting really talking about a question in the book quiz, but it was, what is the biggest city in New Zealand? And I went, well, it's obviously Auckland, because it's the northern section.
It's Auckland.
The southern section, like Wellington, but it's all old fashioned down south. It's definitely Auckland, 100% Auckland, and they just didn't bother answering the question.
What was the answer?
Auckland.
Of course it was.
Fuck you, Wayne. I know that. I know stuff.
If I was there, Pete would have been fine.
Oh, we would have won. But anyway, so we didn't win the quiz. But anyway, that was so I ruined Jerry and the Piss Takers. Sorry, I didn't see you last week.
That's all right, mate. No, I was quite happy you weren't there.
But the main thing
I see far too much of you, if I'm honest, right now.
I'm usually quite happy if I don't see Selby.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Usually, it's fine.
But the main point is, I'm pretty sure the guy was humming Leaving on the Jet Plane as he went barrel rolled into the turf.
I'd like to think that. Anyway, I'm going to drink to him. That guy.
To barrel rolling
guy.
Yeah, with a Jamaican lager beer, a 1664, and Wayne's drinking.
It's how he would have wanted to have gone.
Wayne's drinking English farmer's piss.
Guess what happened to me at work this week? I love this game.
Wait, okay, so I think that you met Bungle from Rainbow.
Oh, that would be a great game.
And
in the toilets.
In the toilets.
No, didn't happen. Move on.
Okay, I think that you rode a goat to the national anthem.
No, not at all.
I think that you got your hand stuck up a vending machine trying to reach for a Twix.
This is another Simpsons
thing. You
thing.
actually reached and grabbed a twirl, and you got your hand stuck. And when you got released after an hour and the fire brigade turned up, you cried because they gave you the twirl, but you really wanted the Twix.
Yeah, so it's kind of a Simpsons-related joke, that one.
I didn't realise that at all.
Really?
Yeah.
In the Simpsons, it wasn't. He was just holding on to the thing the whole time.
Yeah, that's it. But no, I didn't. So I was working in South London this week, and I'm a smoker, so went outside for a cigarette, came back in and saw that the last trolley that had been put into the trolley bay had a bag still in the like the basket area of it. So it looked like a handbag at the time, walked up to it.
Old lady's bag.
It looked like that from afar. I went up, and when I grabbed it, it was quite a stylish, it was like a pouch, satchel.
Did you wear it in a mirror?
No, not at all. Quite full.
Definitely did.
But as soon as I picked it up out of the trolley, lots of people were staring at me in the car park, and so I didn't really want to look inside it or anything like that, because I've been in this position where people have collected lost property, and yeah, the people said there's going to be 20 quid gone missing from it. So I've walked back inside to the shop where I work, handed this satchel over to the people on the counter, and there was two ladies there. Said, I found this in one of the baskets at back. I'm not going to touch it. If you don't mind going into it, find out if there's anything that's in there that's relating to somebody, then yeah, I'll be happy. So this one lady goes into this bag, pulls out a wallet that is the most full wallet I've ever seen in my life, full of cash. It's like inches thick.
40 quid.
Mate, honestly, this is thousands of pounds in this wallet. Also, there was a passport, there was a mobile phone, there was keys in there, and there was visas in there.
Sounds a bit dodgy.
Sounds very interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Visas is in to get in places.
Well, when she said visas to me, I thought Visa cards.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, but then she pulled them out, and it was visas to get into different countries.
Oh, right.
So anyway,
Wayne's headbutting the mic. Carry on.
So I want nothing to do with it. I'll pass it over to you. You keep hold of it. And she said, well, guarantee this person will come back for it, because it's got that much in there. About half hour later goes by, I walk past the desk, and the same cashier calls me over and said, this is the chap whose bag that you've just found in the trolley.
Happy days.
So he comes running over to me, and as he's running over to me, he's pulling these notes out of this wallet.
How's he running?
Like a normal running sort of bloke. Just pulling these notes.
How else do you run?
Like you?
Okay.
You run like Frank Spencer.
I think you're confusing me with another friend who runs terribly.
And back to my story.
Sorry.
So he's pulling these notes out of this wallet. It comes over to me, and he's got it rolled up, and it must be over 100 quid in his hand. Comes over to shake my hand and said, mate, you have just saved my life. And tries to give me all this money. Said, no, can't take it.
How much did he try to give you?
It was rolled up, so I don't know, but it was all in £20 notes.
Right.
But it must have been over 100 quid.
Right.
He's got. But I said to him, it's not worth my job, mate, to take any money off you.
Yeah, I can understand.
Naturally.
So, I'm fine. So my
Yeah.
joy is the fact that you found you.
Yeah, it's not professional.
And he looks a normal bloke as well. So he's like late 50s. He's got like red t-shirt and shorts on, and looks like a normal sort of fella. So no, can't take it. So he calls this woman over who's been talking to him on the desk. Says, I want to find this bloke's manager. I want to tell them say thank you to him, and I want to give him a reward, and he won't take it off me. I don't work for that store. I work in a different department, so after I explain that to him, so my manager's elsewhere, different part of the country. So he tries to give all this money to the cashier to put into some sort of welfare fund.
She can't take it. No.
But again, so thank you very much. It's been lovely. Nice meeting you. And he says to me, it's been nicer meeting you. You will go to heaven. Were his last words.
Oh, no.
His last words, that sounds sinister.
Yeah.
Did he get into a plane and then take off?
But no, I didn't think anything of it until about half hour later, the same cashier comes over. Says
was he humming, leaving on a jet plane?
So she says that he really liked you, didn't he? He loved you.
Well, you are the Captain LBGT.
That's me. I said, well, yeah, he did, but I don't do that sort of thing for any amount of reward or anything. It's just to
do it
make
for
sure.
free.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
a hero.
It's
what you do.
The thing that you would do.
Find a wallet, you hand it in.
Of course.
Good happen to you.
She said,
apart from Wayne wouldn't do it.
but do you know who he was?
Right.
I said, obviously, no.
Is it someone famous?
No. But in the conversation leading up towards when I joined in, he admitted he was part of the Queen's messengers.
What, cricket team?
I I'll be honest, I didn't know what Queen's messengers were.
Still don't know.
You might have to inform me.
So Queen's
the kind of people who hand out telegrams for people who turned 100?
No, so Queen's Messenger is a branch of the military.
Right.
Go on. And they are ex-retired military officers
Chelsea pensioners.
that are entrusted with handling secret documentation to transport from one country to the other. They will be the people, you can Wikipedia this, that will have, there'll be plain clothes, but they'll have a suitcase, and if they get to an airport and they have a special passport, which was the one that was in this bag, you can just waft this passport in front of them, you get let through to all sorts of different places. No security checks.
Like the first class kind of priority boarding place.
Of course.
Oh, nice.
Hence why this guy had visas.
It's a proper James Bond shit.
Yeah.
Proper James Bond. His wallet was that thick, full of money, because it was different currencies for different places. Because he doesn't know. At some point during that day, you get a phone call and says, I need you to go to XYZ and deliver something, and he needs to be ready with all that.
So the big wad of cash could have been worth about £4.50.
Could have
So
been.
this story is about how bad this man is.
The
at his
irony
job.
of all of it is this is a bloke that is entrusted by the Queen as the Queen's messengers, and I
Jesus.
found his bag in a car park in a DIY chain where I work. But there was a part two of it. So that happened on a Friday. I went home, started driving home about 20 miles away from being at home. I got this little thing.
You're being followed.
Got this little thing that just recurred in my head. I think, I can't remember packing my iPad.
Right.
Is this man stolen from you?
So,
To find out who he is.
usually I pack on a Thursday night because I'm going home on the Friday, but I didn't do it this day.
You were worried he would find all your porn on there.
Possibly. But, no, as I got home, checked my bags, and my iPad's not in there.
It turns out animalsafarthingwood.mov is actually not episode 4, season 2.
But, yeah, I thought just my luck. I've saved the Queen. I've done my bit for club and country. I've protected
Were you
one of
humming
those.
Bohemian Rhapsody down the motorway?
Yes, I was. Well, no, so I thought, just my luck. I've lost my iPad. Somebody will have nicked it, and yeah, I'll be a bit screwed for him. So I phoned the hotel, saying, no, we found it. It's in the safe. Don't worry. So you can get it when you come back on Monday. So I got back on Monday and went to check in. Said, by the way, I've left my iPad here. They put it in the safe. So, and the woman, can't remember her name, old lady, says, this is really weird. So
Mavis.
This is the third person that's turned up today that's collected lost property. So, okay, so what's the weirdest thing that's been left? She goes, I possibly couldn't tell you that. I said, well, quite weirdly, last Friday, and I told her the story. Well, and she looks at me, stern face, and she goes, not again. I said, really? She says, was he about your eye, grey?
You're like, yeah.
About late 50s. I said, yeah, that's him. Said,
Daniel Craig.
oh, he does this all the time.
It's terrifying.
He's
And
the...
there's a bloke that's entrusted by the Queen to take off, to deliver
So
these secret documents to all sorts.
you have met, in real life, Johnny English.
Yeah. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And he wanted to give me money.
Oh, you should have taken it. It would have been Monopoly money as well. That's really... I don't know whether you can use... Like, the Queen's message. So basically, they can wander in and out of borders
Any
and
country.
visas. They're
Yeah.
basically taking like signed documents by Liz,
Yeah.
like sending it to the King of Cameroon.
So if the
You
Prime
know-
Minister wanted to get some documents sent from one country to another, some top secret thing, that they will be delivered by the Queen's messengers. I don't know how many there are, but I just happen to
That's
frequent
amazing.
with
Well, I
one
hope
of them.
there's more than one.
So when he basically,
I do as well.
so obviously he's crap, like he's really
Yeah.
bad, and basically you saved his arse, and
Well,
he wanted to give
he
you
said that. He
money.
was trying to give me some money. He said, you've just saved my life.
Is that
How would-
his
how would-
money
how would-
to give?
Well, no, because he's... Again, this is through Wikipedia, but he's given X amount of thousands of pounds for different currencies from
Yeah,
wherever he
Beldings.
might go.
Did the person who was the Queen's messenger?
Yep.
Did he look like a former police officer on like
Yeah,
the Thin Blue
yeah,
Line?
I'd say so.
You know, did
Yeah.
he look like
Yeah.
a former kind of army major in the trenches
Yeah.
in World War One?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, was
Apart
he-
from his red T-shirt and red shorts that he was wearing at the
yeah,
time.
did he drive like a yellow Mini? Did he have a little teddy
I
bear
didn't
on
see
him?
that. No,
Isn't-
I didn't see that.
I'm,
But
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response because it's.
You're talking about Mr. Bean, aren't you?
It's clearly Mr.
I'm
Bean.
talking about Rowan Atkinson in various different guises because that was obviously Johnny English. There's the link back to a joke from earlier on. That's how this game works.
Brilliant. But no, that happened to me this week.
That's amazing. He's obviously the shittest person in the job, but
yeah,
he could have given you any sorts of. I mean, obviously you can't take it. Like in my former line of work, like people used to like, oh yeah, and you could take tips and stuff, but like people used to like kind of try and put this on and do this, that, and the other, and
it's just not worth it.
We'll try and work around it, and I'm like, no, it wouldn't work because it never would. But they don't believe that. That's amazing. I never knew there was a Queen's messenger.
No,
that's quite cool.
Google it, mate. Google it.
I want to become a Queen's messenger and to be as crap
You'd be better
as
than
him.
him.
I would be. I'd be better than him.
That.
I think we were better than him now. We didn't even know it existed. So, did you watch wrestling as a child?
I loved wrestling as a child.
Before people switch off, like we're not talking anything to do with anything since 1999 or whatever. Or not even that really. Before that, actually, before that, I've got a Grolsch.
Older the pop.
So I've moved on. Yeah, it's the lovely big bottle. I don't do small bottle beer. Cans, yes, but I generally like the big bottles.
There's no point in small bottles. Same price as a pint.
Yeah.
So there's a lot.
So here goes the Grolsch.
Wait. There we go.
What a sound! What a sound!
Doing the glug glug sound against the microphone.
Here we go.
Pausing.
Your terrible pouring skills.
It's for sound effects.
You've poured a terrible pint again.
I know, but I
didn't even hear that.
I've done it for effects. I've done it for effects. Anyway,
well,
I've moved
Wainwright.
Well, I've moved on. You're on a Wainwright.
The golden beer, apparently.
The golden beer.
Sticking with Red Stripe.
You're sticking on a Red Stripe. So back to, and so again, before people turn out and switch off in their droves, we're not talking anything modern. But Wayne, don't open them by smashing the mic.
I can't promise that.
Well, why don't you move your hand from underneath the mic?
Because I can't move my fucking hand anywhere else. There you go.
So talking wrestling then. So we're talking the Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, so
British Bulldog sort of
the classic era. The classic era.
What happened to British Bulldog?
He's dead.
Is he?
Yes, Davey Boy Smith. To be fair, most of them in that era
He's from Blackpool, wasn't he?
I think that might be right.
I can remember.
Was he actually British then? I always assumed it was just like
he had a
character.
He had a bulldog called Winston.
I don't know. That sounds right. Sounds believable. No, he's dead. I think Blackpool's completely right as well. No, but he married into the Hart Foundation. He married into the Hart family.
Married like showbiz wise?
No. It was real. He married like Brett's sister or something, whatever. So that's why he was friends. Yeah. That's why he was friends with them and stuff. But like friends. Friends on the show. But no. I think he's dead now. I think most of them are really just from probably steroid abuse, really. But
well, I was never the biggest fan. There's a couple I can remember. The Bushwackers.
Oh, love those.
Now, do you
doing that big dance? They put their hands above them.
Yeah.
Quite work on this, but we're all doing it
for radio. I am doing the Bushwacker dance.
But the thing is, with the Bushwackers, one of the if you follow, I don't know if obviously neither of you are on social media.
Nope.
But if you do end up getting on social media, then one person to follow is quite entertaining. Is Hulk Hogan himself, mainly because occasionally he does to make a video kind of down the gym, and one of his best mates is one of the Bushwackers, and it's brilliant because Hulk will be doing some kind of like promo where they're going like, oh yeah, we'll get down to gym 90 on highway so and so. It's a really good thing, and in the background will be one of the Bushwackers walking around doing the hand movement, and then all of a sudden he'll jump on screen going, yeah, ooh, yeah, doing all the noises and sticking his tongue out and go, yeah, get down here, all right, and then just carry on. And it's like a 65-year-old man doing this in the background. It's really funny. It happens about once every couple of months, but it's really worth watching. It's good.
Wasn't
stuff.
Hulk Hogan thrown off? So no. He said some anti-Semitic rant or something.
Yeah, some racist thing.
There might be one or two things, and they basically, because it's all PC now, they got rid of him from everything. I think he's back now. Like he's back. They kind of like accept that he's there, because I think what happens if something really bad happens with one of the wrestlers in their private life, whatever. hashtag Chris Benoit, basically they just delete them from ever existing. They just pretend like it never happened, move on.
But you can't do that with Hulk Hogan. He made that.
Oh no, he did. But so basically, like they he's still on there. But the one problem with him, and this is completely off the top of my head, there used to be like a virtual reality. There used to be a reality show, and basically with his family and his son.
Yeah.
His son got in I think he had a car crash.
His daughter was gorgeous.
She probably still is, but his son got in a bad car crash, and like I think like the person who was in the car got fucked up basically with him, and like they owed him millions of dollars and all that, and it all went horribly wrong, and that's how it all kind of went a bit funny.
Okay.
Didn't Hulk Hogan bring down the Gawker websites?
I have no idea.
I've got no
It
idea.
was
What's
Gawker's
a
like
Gawker website?
It was a bit like, is it like TMZ
This
or
Grolsch is
something?
nice.
It's like it was a like a show business news
TMZ.
kind of thing. Yeah, that.
Wait, it's TMZ,
I believe they had a sex tape of Hulk Hogan.
No one wants to
they
see that.
refused, indeed, and Hulk Hogan requested them take it down,
You said
and they said no.
you said
And
no one
he
would
sued
want to see
them,
that.
and then they destroyed the website, and they sued them, and it got completely, it was taken down.
So there's a sex tape out there of Hulk Hogan.
There is somewhere, I believe so.
So you said, Ben, that you would not want to see that.
No, I
I
would-
guarantee you're the one person in the world who will turn around to me and goes, "Mate, there's a Hulk Hogan sex tape. You've got to see it."
I would not say that.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah. I actually want to go home and watch it now.
Saved by the Bell had a sex tape.
It's just more for what it would do at the end, whether it would do the old poses of...
What, Zach Morris, Saved by the Bell, has a sex tape?
No, Screech.
Oh,
Yes,
no,
he
I've
did.
seen that. Justin Diamond.
Dominic Diamond.
No, it's not Dominic Diamond. He was the Games Master.
Dustin Diamond?
It's Dustin. Dustin Diamond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dominic Diamond, I'm fairly sure he did
Not
He also
Dominic
got up for
Diamond.
stabbing someone as well.
Dustin Diamond, that's
Seems
right.
like
I think
a
he got
riot.
Yeah,
yeah.
it did. Yeah, he stabbed somebody in a bar. Yeah.
Remember Tiffany? Was it Tiffany?
From Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Wasn't Tiffany.
Was
Kelly.
it?
Kelly Kapowski.
Kelly.
Kelly Kapowski. And,
Kelly
Where
Kapowski.
did we get Tiffany from?
what was the other one?
Oh, Tiffany Amber... Because she was... Tiffany Amber Thiessen was... yeah.
There you go.
She was-
I went beyond the
Oh,
show.
yeah. She was
Sorry.
amazing.
I went beyond the show. That was
Then
me
that-
parting the
Then
waves
when
of the
Jessie
show.
Spano did Showgirls.
She did do
Was that-
Showgirls.
Yeah.
Great film. Great film.
It's genuinely a good film.
Yeah, the bit in the...
It's
the bit-
swimming
famously
pool.
bad.
Yeah, swimming pool with
but
the
it is
fountains. Oh,
The swimming pool scene
fantastic.
is
Yeah.
lodged into everyone. There's a lot of people listening to this now nodding there going, "Yep, I know the swimming pool scene."
Yeah. No, classic.
It's like she stuck her fingers in a plug. Okay, so basic 90s shows circa Saved by the Bell that you'd like to see in a sex tape.
Oh, okay. Yasmin Bleeth
For
off,
good-
off Baywatch.
Yasmin Bleeth off Bay, for good and for bad as well.
Okay, for good, I'll go with that.
David Hasselhoff.
That's bad.
That's fairly bad.
That's bad.
I
The only
didn't think you'd say Hasselhoff.
the only secret takes of David Hasselhoff I've seen is the one where he's trying to eat a burger.
Oh God,
Oh,
when
when he's having his
he should be on.
down
He should be on. He should be on Drinking with Fear when he's
should
in
be.
that state.
That's a great.
He is Drinking with
great
Fear at
movie.
that
He
point.
really is. Although he's married that girl now, that Welsh girl. He's like
Has he?
24. Yeah, he's married her now.
He's also in Sharknado.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Is he?
He's also
He's
in the
finished
new.
that. It's called Gil.
He makes an appearance
Clever,
in
you see,
in
he's got a
Baywatch.
fish sort of thing.
Baywatch with The Rock
Yeah.
and Efron. Good film.
Yeah.
Good film.
Brilliant film. Brilliant film. Very
I,
funny.
I've
funny.
seen it and I don't agree. It's not a good film in any way, shape,
well,
or
if you
form.
It's
look at-
funny. It's funny.
You like Chasing Amy?
You've not seen Chasing Amy.
No, but I can imagine the sort of person you would look. Well, the sort of film that you would try to go for.
No, but I like Chasing Amy, and that's got no reference to Baywatch at all. I can appreciate both. But anyway, back to mid 90s, early 90s TV programs.
That you'd like to see as a sex tape.
Yeah, the problem I've just realised now is that if
A lot
we
of those are
say
quite young
But
people.
That's the
the
problem.
twins from Funhouse.
that's the problem. Now, the twins from Funhouse
They
is
may have
that's a
been
good
old
answer.
enough. I'm sure they probably were. but there's something a bit disturbing about the topic in general.
I've just realised that as I was
Yeah.
about to say one of the answers. Well, not an answer, but
What are you going to say? Fucking someone from Rugrats.
no, I wasn't.
What's wrong with you?
Well, that's what he's the one who's saying it's going to be disturbing, and that's what I was imagining he was going to say.
I was going to say Sabrina the Teenage Witch
That's all right.
No.
with the cat doing commentary.
Sailing.
That would be great.
They're
DVD
remaking
extra.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch for Netflix.
With,
Are they?
With
They are.
with the same person who's got like 3
Not
names.
at all. It's,
Melissa Joan Hart.
Melissa
I
Joan
believe
Hart.
it's based off
I'm great on the pub quiz,
a
mate.
series of comic books, and it's going to be quite adult. It's
Really?
going to be like
When
the
you say
cult.
adult, you mean like adults in like the adult section of...
You know that
Well, not pornographic,
Not blue.
but I think it's all about. Well, not all about, but I think there is like actual Satan worship in it.
So no titties at all.
Although there might be, I
Okay.
don't know.
you know that she had 2 aunts she lived with.
Yeah.
There was one who was
Zelda,
quite. Oh,
and I don't
Jesus.
know who the other one is.
That's right. Zelda and the other one. You know that one of them was like quite stern and quite kind of proper,
Yeah.
and the other one was
The
quite
skinny one,
Yeah, and the other one was quite fun.
Mm-hmm.
bubbly.
I bet she was raging in bed.
Which one?
The bubbly one.
I think we found your fetish.
What, the bubbly one from Sabrina the Teenage
Have you
Witch?
always thought that? Or are you just thinking that now?
To be fair, I have never thought that until now when we were just referring to it, and I just thought about it. Yeah, I bet she was. Because that's generally the conversation.
Yeah.
That's the character.
Proper
That's the
goer.
sort of answer
Yeah.
I wanted. Not freaking Rugrats. Jesus.
Wasn't it Penn from Penn and Teller in Sabrina the Teenage Witch as well? He was like the grand wizardy thing.
It was, yeah.
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 Was
Okay,
Teller
so
in it?
I've come out with... There you go, that one. The bubbly aunt from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Well, I said Yasmin Bleeth.
By the way, sex tape at the time, maybe not now.
Oh, are we just thinking of teenage wanking material?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would go with Gillian Anderson.
Oh, Scully.
Yeah, I'd go for Scully.
But she did do the odd thing where she got her boobs out, didn't she?
The odd thing. I don't think I ever actually saw them though.
Really?
No.
I say really a lot. But no, I had lots of posters all around, and dirty Gillian Anderson topless things were posters that were inside one of my wardrobes.
The video will be called The Sex Files.
Yeah.
Nice.
Brilliant. Well done.
Burn.
That was great.
Nooch.
So, Peter, well, no, you've said yours, the weird auntie from...
Yeah, mine's Gillian Anderson's, and you've had obviously Gillian Anderson as well.
Are you allowed cartoon characters in this? So
Certainly, yeah,
You've
of
said
course.
Rugrats, haven't you?
Now,
Yeah.
this is a topic. This is
Sexy
a topic.
cartoon characters.
Well, I know exactly what you're saying.
Oh.
Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, that was
Oh,
mine.
yeah, that's it. But that's almost too obvious.
Yeah.
I think we have to be more obscure.
Okay,
Than,
so
yeah,
I would say Little Mermaid. Ariel from that.
Wasn't she meant to be like really young though?
She was 16,
That's fine. It's legal.
which is technically legal
Yeah.
here. If we have any listeners
Is that
in
official?
elsewhere,
Do you know
it
that as a
might not be.
fact, or is it just something that you
She
say?
was 16.
Really?
Yeah.
You're nodding
At
your
what
head.
point in the film does it say that she was 16?
And
I
also,
think she had a birthday party.
Okay, and she had a big badge that said,
I
I'm
think
16.
it was her 16th birthday
Yeah.
party.
you sound like you're wrestling with your own conscience.
I never that big fan of. I like the Little Mermaid. I think it's a brilliant film, but no, I never. It doesn't have a very good feminist message for me.
I've seen the statue. What the fuck did you just say?
It doesn't have a good feminist message. It's about a girl who's literally giving up her voice, so she never speaks to a man that she's in love with.
But they're all like that.
It's not a good thing.
But they are. Look at Beauty and the Beast. It's basically a film
It's
about to
terrible.
go with
It
Stockholm
is.
Syndrome.
It certainly
Every
is.
single Disney film has got a dark meaning to it.
They've improved, but yeah, a lot of them do not have particularly great messages. I mean, Beauty and the Beast is a different thing. Yes, she is about a girl with Stockholm Syndrome,
But
essentially.
it clearly is.
But at least they tried at the beginning. I mean, it's a film of its time. But at the beginning, at least it was a girl who had her own agency and agenda. That she was learning, and she liked a library. At least it was about education and things like that.
What part of the film did you get that?
he gave her a library. It was a romantic thing to do.
She liked a library.
You know, she was interested in books rather than like the handsome Gaston, though he's a sexy motherfucker.
He was very
He
ripped.
was. He's yeah, I mean...
You're full of shit. If she had an iPhone, she would be right into Snapchat and bollocks like that.
Oh,
it's
she
a little
might
rubbish.
well.
The only thing that they had was libraries at the time. That's why he gave her libraries. No one cares about that when it comes to the Little Mermaid. Have you ever seen a statue in Copenhagen?
Oh, the
not
Little
been.
Mermaid.
Do you know why? Because you're banned. You can't go within 50 yards of it. After the
Why?
comments, you can't say about stuff like the Little Mermaid.
What did I say about the Little Mermaid?
You wrestled with your conscience that she was 16 years old.
That was him.
I think it was more me.
Not me. That was Roper.
Yeah.
I said that she was 16, but I never had an interest in her.
I think you're picking the part was wrong, but
Yeah.
Okay, then over to you then, Wayne, for cartoon character. We've got Little Mermaid, 16 years old, over the far side. Jessica
We
Rabbit.
can't have Jessica Rabbit.
No, we can't have Jessica Rabbit.
So Wayne's going Maggie Simpson.
Now Marge.
Pebbles.
Marge is not a bad shout.
Pebbles. Jesus Christ.
Were you more Betty or
Betty
Wilma?
Rubble. Betty.
So
every day.
Betty or Wilma?
Betty was a goer.
Yeah.
You can
Because
just tell
Because
that.
Barney,
You could
Barney
just tell
was
that.
always really laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because she was raging.
I'd still go Wilma.
Really?
It's a little.
Why Wilma?
It's
Do
a
you
little.
think she was more attractive or just the personality?
It's more personality. She did a little nose thing, didn't she? Where she had. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing the nose thing. You're doing
Yeah.
really well on radio.
Bit of a problem though,
But,
Ben. Bit of a problem. Like, you know, Fred's a big lad, so you might be a bit inferior, like, you know, to compare to Fred.
I would be inferior. No, guaranteed it would be. But no, I was always Wilma out of those. I think Leela from Futurama.
Nice.
Oh, now we're talking. I do have a question though regarding age of cartoon characters. If
You're really worrying me now.
how old?
5.
This is, you know, off air. How old is the daughter in the Jetsons?
No, dude, no. She's like 15.
Oh, hang on. You just go one
What's
year.
her name? Meet George Jetson.
Uh,
His wife Judy.
Judy. Jane, his wife. Daughter Susie.
Susie.
His boy
There you
Elroy.
go.
So
Yeah.
it's Susie.
I don't believe for a minute.
Susie's
that
gone to college. She's 18 years old.
She gone to college? She still lives at home.
She went to college. They're in the future.
Mm.
18
She's fine,
years
mate.
old. 18
Legit.
years old.
Fair play.
Okay. Moving swiftly on from cartoon. Sitcom. One person in the sitcom. I mean, this is incredibly. I mean, you were on about feminists earlier, but there's women listening to this right now, lifting their eyebrow.
Probably
Okay,
less so now.
okay, then you have to pick the final thing for this episode of the podcast. Pick a bloke and a woman from TV show history.
That I would have sex with.
No, but you can say good-looking bloke and a woman. You just go, "Whoa, yeah, here we go." Just level things up, just to
Okay,
even things out. You know.
I've got a fairly obvious answer though to that.
What's
so
that?
I'm going for Joey from Friends as the bloke because
Mm.
and Rachel, well, Jennifer Aniston.
Sing off on the same
Nice
show.
choice.
I didn't know I was allowed to mix it up.
No, you can do.
Okay. think I'm still going to go for Jennifer Aniston.
I am going to go for Married with Children and Christina Applegate, who
Nice,
plays
nice.
Kelly in
Good shout.
Married with Children.
Good
choice.
shout.
Absolute flame. Wayne?
And the dude.
I've not thought about that. You go.
I still don't get where the dude's playing a part in this.
I was just trying to even things up because I can hear,
No,
I can
yeah,
hear
we don't
people
want to
tutting
be
going on.
like so exclusive. So, woman, I'm struggling to think of a single person, but I'm going to go a bit off wall. I'm going to go Darlene from Roseanne.
I've never seen Roseanne.
You've never seen Roseanne? It's a very
I
good
know
show.
who Roseanne is, but I'm not watching an episode where...
I don't know why that suddenly came to me, but I used to like Roseanne back in the day because it recently got rebooted.
It got rebooted
And then
and it
cancelled immediately
quickly
because,
cancelled because she went.
Rosenda went mental with some racism. stuff,
Yeah, it
didn't
turns
she?
out that when they came back with the show, they didn't read her Twitter feed. So when it came back, and in a big way, so it's a bit like, and probably not going too far by saying something along the lines of Only Fools and Horses coming back on BBC One. Imagine the viewing figures, massive. It's a bit like that. It was a huge hit in the States, and it ran for like 4 or 5 episodes. And all of a sudden, people looking at her Twitter feed over the last few years and went, "Oh Jesus!" Like she'll just say it how it is.
Well, not exactly how it is.
No,
She'll say how it is.
she-
if you were incredibly racist.
Yeah, she says it how it is according to her.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the one thing I was saying, kind of in her defence, is she didn't change. That's exactly how she always was. So they knew what they were getting, but unfortunately now, it just, for her, it just was out in the open anyway. So they just made a massive blunder.
All right, so I'm going to go pick my guy now because I've thought of one, which might be a bit easy, but I'm going with Chris Pratt from Parks and Recreation.
Oh, Pratty.
Pratty.
He looks a lot better than now. than what
He
did
does.
back then.
Yeah, I quite liked him with his dad bod.
I'm a big fan of Guardians, so yeah, bit of a legend.
So
Go with that.
your dude. So,
Well, you're just going to go for, your standard kind of Sunday morning, kind of like college, high school, American teen show. It's got to be Zach Morris. Got to be Zach.
Great shout.
Oh,
I'll
Zach.
let you have that.
At a click of the finger,
Not,
any girl in the
AC
school
Slater.
knows. Huh?
Not AC Slater.
Nah, not AC Slater.
He's done well
Preppy.
for himself now, hasn't he? So he's gone on like to broadcasting and he's big presenter out in
I have
America.
absolutely no idea.
No, I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I there was a Saved by the Bell reunion not long ago, and I can't
No, it
remember
wasn't.
exactly.
I think it was just for who's the late night guy? This talk show host.
Jimmy Kimball,
No, the other
James
Jimmy
Corden.
Fallon,
Jimmy Fallon.
No.
Bit more fun.
Jimmy Anderson, Jimmy someone, Jimmy
Sorry,
Cricket,
Jimmy.
Cricket.
No, I think he did it just for his show. But no, AC Slater is doing well for himself as a presenter.
Good wrestler.
Doing all right. He was in Saved by the Bell, yeah.
They had the reunion, and they were all there, and you got like Zach Morris turned up, and you got like Jesse, and all the people turned up. Dominic Diamond
not
turned
Screech,
up.
though.
Dominic Diamond turned up, and they're all there, and all of a sudden, and they're all there, and they all look like fairly similar to how they were, and all this like that. And then and Kelly Kapowski turned up. She was actually pregnant at the time, Tiffany, whatever her name is, and they all turned up, and they're all fine. And she turned up, and she's about 9 months pregnant. She really is. She's out here, and she didn't have the biggest belly because Mr. Belding turned up. And if you're not watching on widescreen, he filled it.
Yes,
honest
yes,
to God,
he is
was
massive nowadays.
He was absolutely
Look,
massive.
I'm changing mine to
Belding?
Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Oh, fucking hell. That's a reach.
No idea.
I'd like to catch you before I go. I'll be back tomorrow night so we can drink some more. I don't care what the people are thinking. I'm not drunk, I'm just a drinking. I said more, another round. I said more, another round. I said more, another round. One more round, get me down. Another round.